and I'm here to talk to you today about blood pressure tips. Hypertension is what technically high blood pressure is called. And 1 in 3 in the US will suffer or struggle with hypertension. It's an incredibly high rate. If you have 3 individuals living in your home, at least one of you are going to deal with hypertension somewhere along your journey. Is that going to be you or someone you love? There are things that we can do to help keep our blood pressure in a healthy range, and a lot of them have to do with lifestyle. When we're talking about 1 in 3 people being affected by this, to me, that truly screams lifestyle. Now, worldwide, 1 billion people deal with hypertension. That's an incredibly large amount of people. Now, our genes might not set us up for success in this area. But with the developing technology in the world around us, we even have the ability to control our genes, those bad genes being activated or turned on, and it's called epigenetics. And there is a supplement called MORS, MORS, that does exactly that. So if you see genetics playing a role in your health journey, know that there's tools out there that can assist you with that. Now, additionally, let's talk about the tips that can help keep your blood pressure in a healthy range. The first one is exercise. It's important to move your body. What you do or how you do that is totally up to you, but do something you enjoy. Do something you want to do so it doesn't feel like you're forcing yourself to do it. Or perhaps if you have a pet or get a pet. I always say my dog walks me. She's incredibly beneficial to my health. She needs the exercise, and I always feel better by the end of the walk, and I probably wouldn't do it without her. Also things as simple as taking the stairs. Just get up and move your body, dance in your chair. It doesn't have to be hardcore 60 minutes of intense exercise, and you're still going to receive health benefits from that. There are people who will work in 5 minutes 10 times a day, and that's almost an hour. They're still getting the benefits that someone who's going to the gym and destroying their body, they're actually getting more benefits because the people who stress their body actually do less good than just moving. Okay, so you get the picture. Let's move on to tip 2. Reduce your sodium intake. Pretty easy. Set down the salt shaker. But in addition to putting salt on our foods, there's a lot of sodium in processed foods. So try to increase the natural foods that you're eating, decrease those processed foods. And if you're buying, say, canned vegetables or products in a can that you can rinse them and rinse some of the salt and sodium out of them because sodium is used as a preservative, of course. And so when we're eating those foods that have been preserved for us, there's going to be a lot more salt in them. The third tip, reduce your alcohol consumption. Um, and I wanted to say also, going back to the sodium real quick, increase the herbs and spices that you're using in your foods when you cook. So you can still get all the flavor. It'll just be a different flavor and you might even like it more. It'll be healthier for you too. Herbs and spices have tons of health benefits. Okay, so reducing your alcohol consumption. Now, low amounts of alcohol consumption can protect the heart. So listen to your body. But typically they say no more than 1 drink a day for women or 2 drinks a day for men. And if you go beyond that, the protective beneficial components that you can receive from that are going to decline and you're going to do more harm. So make sure your alcohol consumption is at a very moderate range. Tip number 4, increase your potassium. It helps the body get rid of sodium and it reduces the pressure of the blood vessels. Now, our standard diet does the opposite. It's increased our sodium and it's decreased our potassium. So we need to be mindful of making sure we're eating those potassium-rich foods. Some of those foods include leafy greens, sweet potatoes, fruits like melons, bananas, avocados, oranges, apricots. Tuna and salmon are great sources for potassium, as are nuts and beans. Again, keeping those whole foods rich in our diet. Tip number 5 is decrease caffeine. When we drink caffeine, our blood pressure goes up, and so it's a very simple way to help regulate our blood pressure. Tip number 6 is stress management. The more stressed out we are, the higher our blood pressure goes. So it's important to have methods to be able to process daily life and the stress that accompanies it. Of course, if you've heard me talk before, you know that I am going to encourage tapping because it's a great way of moving that stress through our body, getting the stagnant energy out of our nervous system. Breath work is also really powerful for relaxation and activating the parasympathetic nervous system, as is meditation. And you can find a lot more tools about how you can process life, daily life, negative emotions, stress, all of that good stuff in the community Stronger Together, where I and a fellow expert in her field, Sammy Joe, bring you tons of course content that you can learn and apply all of these tools in your daily living, as well as you can jump into live sessions where you can get questions answered about your own journey and personalize your path and have assistance to make these tools as powerful as they can be for you individually. All right, so tip number 7 is lower your body weight. Now, a study in 2016 showed that just by lowering your body weight by 5% impacts your blood pressure. Now, I think it's important to focus on our health. We are not losing weight to get healthy. In fact, what we want to focus on is that when we are getting healthy, we shed the weight. It's kind of a reverse philosophy. But when you focus on it in that way, you don't feel like it's something that you have to do. So many people fight a battle with their weight. So that reframe can be incredibly powerful. Just focus on getting healthy. And as you get healthy, you will shed the weight. And then you will have more symptoms fall away. And so it's just a gift that keeps on giving. And tip number 8, nutrition. We want to cut added sugars and refined carbs. In fact, the diet that has been best proven to keep a healthy level of blood pressure is the Mediterranean diet. So that is a diet that you could research if you would like. It's certainly rich in those whole foods like I've been talking about, and it encompasses many of the high potassium foods and low sodium foods that we've talked about already here today. We also want to eat for blood sugar stability, and the Mediterranean diet, I don't really like calling it a diet because I think it's really about embracing a lifestyle and a food plan that is harmonious with your body, that your body likes and responds to in a positive way. But for the sake of the terminology, the Mediterranean diet also will support stable blood sugar. Eating lots of berries is great for keeping a healthy level of blood pressure. Calcium rich foods also is really beneficial. Remember those potassium rich foods we've already talked about. And then we also want to get magnesium and healthy fats, all of the healthy fats. Our body needs healthy fats for so many reasons. I know I've done other videos about it, so I won't get on a huge soapbox with it, but healthy fats are super important. It is a building block of our body. Our body needs fat, our brains need fat, our hormones need fat. It's essential. So I do recommend that if you're not able to get all of these um, minerals and vital nutrients in the food you're eating, go ahead and supplement some of them. And of course, systemic formulas that I work with have the pharmaceutical grade supplements, the highest quality. They test their DNA to make sure that the ingredients that they're using and putting into those supplements are truly what they say and claim to be. And if the DNA is altered, they don't use them. They truly are of the highest quality. And we can't always get the nutrients that our body needs from food sources anymore because our soil's depleted. So don't feel bad if you have to supplement. And supplementing with formulated supplements is the easiest route to go because you're getting a whole bunch of things together versus taking 12 different supplements to try to address 12 different symptoms. You can do all of that generally with one or two products, which is great. Really simplifies life. All right. So, in closing, our relationship with ourselves actually determines and reflects the ability that we have to care for our body. And if you are really experiencing resistance and challenge with caring for your body the way that you would like, and you're not feeling as well in your physical body the way you want to, I welcome you to come over to Stronger Together and join us there. There is a course on how to interpret your own blood labs so you can tell yourself what nutrients your body is lacking and you can supplement accordingly. It's a great, empowering way to take charge of your own health and your own physical well being. In addition, as I mentioned before, you're going to get those tools for emotional processing and for stress management, which is invaluable as well. So thank you for joining me here today. Tip number 9, a bonus tip, is intermittent fasting, and I'll get into that more in my next video. It's been proven as well to keep those blood pressure levels healthy. So until next time, stay well, and I will see you soon.